right, it's Groundhog Day. Don't judge the ladder. I had to climb up there and get some tools out. But once again, we have got this Power Acoustic singled in CarPlay radio we're about to install in our 1982 Porsche 928. So hang on, here we go. YouTube, if you like this content, smash that like button, subscribe, and share this far and wide. Radio removal. Having the tool set to get in here always makes a difference. And we've got this old Alpine head out. And thank God it's got the wiring diagram, so we can figure out how to rewire it on a new head. Pretty straightforward. Our wiring is set up in there. It's already got a resistor for noise. It's my antenna. Let's get this basket out of here, which would be fun once we get that out installed. You have to pay extra attention to these old radio baskets because you've got all those fold-ins that are sitting there that are grabbing, and just gotta take your time and make sure you get them all pried out. And the old radio is completely out. Now I gotta look at and figure out this wiring diagram, and everything that's on here should be pretty straightforward. Gonna have speaker wires, power antenna, all the other stuff in here. So we'll go through and see if I can figure out. Good news is, diagram on the back of here that lines up with this, so I can pretty much see that red is my switch power on the ignition lead, which is good. And then here's my speakers. Blue is going to be my power antenna. Blue-white is going to be my remote turn-on lead. And then the only thing I got to be really careful with is that yellow. That'll be the last thing I hook up, because that's a battery lead, which is always hot and constant. So I'll cut all this out and attach everything, and the one I'm going to be super careful with is that yellow. Maybe the last one that I do, and be smart with so I don't short anything out on it. My Power Acoustic touch head CarPlay unit, which is the same thing that I have in the 924. And I've got my wiring harness here, which is pretty straightforward with everything that's over there. The only thing I do have to figure out is, whoops, let me go grab it. Figure out a good place to install my GPS antenna, which I will figure out here, and I'm gonna get that situated so it's out of the way and installed in here somewhere that is not so obvious. Got a little buckle in there. I don't know, we'll figure this out. I don't want to tear this dash apart. And we'll look at what I have from a glove compartment standpoint in here if I need to do anything inside of here. But I got a bottom tray here we can run some of this stuff out through, and that's probably where I end up by running my USB connector for the phone and figure all that stuff out here. But let's get cracking on this. I should grab my tripod so everybody can watch this. I'm gonna do that. All right, USB for the iPhone is fished through. My GPS antenna is fished through. Antenna wires there. Next thing to do is go ahead and start cutting these. Double check all my wire connections, and I'm going to start cutting all these back with the exception of the yellow and stripping them and getting them ready to attach to my wiring harness for the other unit. So we will get that working right now. Some of these we don't use, so some of these don't worry about. Sorry about that. There's my wiring harness that goes into the unit. So I'll start getting all the speakers, everything wired up, get my ground wired up, everything ready to go except the power. And this guy doesn't get used. So everything on here is going to get wired up. We're going to cut this one back about right there. So I've got some room on that harness should anybody need it for that Alpine radio that's not working. All right, this is straightforward. Literally, the wires all match different color standpoint. You got gray, gray, black. You got white, white, black. You had green, green, black, purple, purple, black. Those are all your speakers. Match them up, get them all wired together. Then I did yellow last. I went in and I did the black, which was the ground. I did the red, which is accessories. And then I wired up yellow absolutely last. Then my antenna wires were all set up and got all that stuff put together and taped up. And you see me run out there, grab a couple more tools on the stuff that I'm doing. But you can watch and enjoy the rest of what I'm doing here. It's pretty straightforward. watch the boot up on this. Just turn the power on, key is on, and it takes a little bit longer with it plugged in, not on wireless. This is a wireless CarPlay unit, by the way. So we'll give it a second here. Wireless CarPlay, wired CarPlay should come on because we're plugged in. There we go. And see if we can play music. Can we? Let's see. Well, you cannot play music and record video at the same time, but this thing is up and working. Pretty simple install. We're gonna call it a night, get some sleep. I'm running around, I think, with a cracked rib, so it's killing me to get that work done, but pretty quick and easy install. Second one we've done, we did that in our 924. We've got the Blaupunkt Bremen in the 944. We've got a wireless full-blown unit in the 911. And on this one, we've got another CP-71 from Power Acoustic. I dig it. Enjoy.